Hello, Western area. My name is Pastor Elizabeth Duffy. I am your associate moderator for the area. If you do not know me, I'm also the pastor at Zion United Church of Christ in Tonawanda. Now, I'm here to give you a little bit of information about our upcoming annual meeting. We are going to have an annual meeting on November 1st, and this will be our first Zoom annual meeting. You will have a link that will be emailed to you, and you can click that link. Make sure to type in the password as well, and you can join us via Zoom. Now, I have a couple of things that I want to share with you about the importance of how this meeting is going to work. Now, first, this is our first time doing an annual meeting over Zoom, so I ask that there be grace in all of this that we are about to do. But I also want to share some information with you. So what's going to happen is on November 1st at 12:30, you are invited to log in to Zoom and to join our meeting. And at 12:30, you will log in, and the first thing that I would like you to do when you log in is to go to the chat section. So you are going to open up this button right here in Zoom that says chat. And when you click chat, you're going to have this white bar on the side. If you're on a phone, it's going to look a little bit different if you're using Zoom on your phone. But if you're on a computer, it will look like this. When you have this chat bar open, whether on your phone or on your computer, I would like you to type in who you are and what church you come from. So I would type in Elizabeth Duffy, and then I would type in Zion UCC, and then I would hit enter. And now that I've done that, the registrar is able to record that I am here and which church I'm from so that we know if we have a quorum. And so I ask that each person, the first thing that I'd like you to do when you log into Zoom on November 1st is to type in your name and your church and hit enter. If you are joining us via telephone without Zoom, if you are just calling in on the number, then what you can do is you can say, "Hi, I'm here to register," and then one of us will say, "Okay, go," and you're going to say, "I'm Elizabeth Duffy from Zion UCC," or whatever your information is, and you are going to say that, and then we will be able to record you so that we're able to record each person who joins us for the meeting. From 12:30 to 1 o'clock, we are going to have just an open Zoom time. So people will be able to unmute themselves during this time, and you will be able to see each other's faces. And then we are going to ask that if you would like, you can unmute yourself for a moment, say hello to a friend that you might see on the screen. Otherwise, you can just sit and see who joins us until we begin at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we are going to have a Zoom worship service for you. Now, all of this is going to be some pre-recorded music from a couple of our churches and a sermon from our associate conference minister, Reverend Gary Ferner. So we will compile that, and we will have a worship service that we can worship together, and we can enjoy some time to get our hearts and our minds focused on the work that we need to do, and of course focused on God. And so we are going to have that worship service. At the end of the worship service, there will be a brief time where you can make a donation if you are financially able. We do not have something set up for us to use as an association online. So what we're going to ask that you do, if you would like to make a donation, is we are going to ask that you go to our conference website. That is uccny.org. We are going to make a donation to our conference during our worship service at this annual meeting. So what you will do is you will select this donate button. You are going to select donate at the top of their website, and then you can choose what you would like to donate to. You can choose to the New York Conference's new capital campaign that they have begun, or you can choose to donate to One Great Hour of Sharing or Neighbors of Need or anything that you see fit, or the New and Right Spirit. Make a donation. You can make a one-time donation for this service, or if you'd like, you can set up a recurring donation if it's something that's on your heart, and then you can make that donation. That is how we will handle the offering during this service. After that half an hour time for worship is over, we are going to begin our business meeting. Now, for the business meeting, I am going to make sure that everyone is muted on Zoom except for our moderator, Brett Hammond. Brett Hammond will be the only one who will have the ability to speak at this time, and he is going to lead the meeting. Now, there will be times when motions will need to be made, or maybe questions or anything that is important to happen during the meeting, what I would like you to do if you are in the meeting and if you have a motion to make, or if you have a comment or a question that needs to be made during the meeting, I ask that you first use the chat section of the Zoom. So what you are going to do, if you would like to make a motion, you could say, I would like to make a motion and type it in. I would like to make a motion and hit enter. And then we will see who it's from. We would see, okay, Elizabeth Duffy said, I would like to make a motion. So then I will unmute you and I will ask you to make your motion with your voice. And then you are able to do that. If you have comments or questions, the chat section is perfect for this. So if you have a question and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is the place to ask the question, we do ask that you use the chat section of Zoom. The chat is going to be our friend during this Zoom annual meeting. And of course, if there's anything else, if you're unable to use the chat, you can always unmute yourself at that time and ask the question. We do ask that everybody make sure to keep themselves muted. I will help to make sure that happens on my end, that I will ensure that everybody is muted. But we ask that people are respectful, that they keep themselves muted, that they're respectful and gracious and kind during this time as we work through the business part of the meeting. And then after the business section is over, then we will move to installations, and then we have some more words from our Associate Conference Minister, Reverend Gary Ferner. So this is going to be our first association Zoom meeting. It might be a good demonstration for those of you who have upcoming meetings that you might do via Zoom for your own congregations. And if you have any questions after, you can let us know. So we hope that this goes well. Join us on November 1st. You can log in from 12:30 to 1, and then the worship and the meeting will start at 1 o'clock. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can reach me via email at duffy.pastor@gmail.com. Thank you, God bless you, and see you on November 1st.